welcome back to Super Metroid MockingBird Station, Part 10, and we are going back in this room because I forgot something very important. Yeah, the little pipe was a hint. We've got another hatch to open. And if you missed this hatch, I think it's the hardest one in the whole game to find. If you missed it, it's just, I've done it before. I've played this hack multiple times and I've missed that hatch now like 3 out of 4 times. And it's really hard to remember and find if you forget about it, so make sure you get that. So now we just gotta backtrack out of this room. And again, you can see same theme going on with all the pipes, mechanical ideas that Zagoth had for his hack here. I have to say, if you throw all the areas he has together, it would be a pretty cool, for like one sub-map area of a, would obviously be a very large hack if that was on like one sub-map. But I do think using almost, with just entirely CRE and a few of the other pipe sets, some other tile sets had, he made some really good stuff out of it. And yes, you have to go past these pirates. There's no way around it. And now we have a maze, and there's actually 2 items in here. There's a... The super missile actually has a hint for it. If you notice, the pipes don't quite match up with this one little square, so you can tell there's something wrong with that block there. So that was one item. The other item's much closer to the door we're looking for. But again, it's more mechanical, more really cramped. Let's say when I hack, I do tend to make cramped designs, but I think it's good to at least give the player enough room that they can run through it, unless it truly is a morph ball tunnel. Because like this, playing through it's choppy. It's not very fluid, and that's a complaint I do have, especially about this room in particular. Since other than being a maze, there's no challenge to it, really. And so I didn't see a need to make it, so you had to morph through every single spot. When you don't have spring ball, that becomes a pain to traverse. Now, this room is interesting with the turtles. You have to use the turtles to get the items in it, to make sure to push it so it's facing the right way. And they're just enemy breakable blocks. And you can see some weird stuff happens to these turtles, which you will need to use that in order to get the other item in this room. Interesting turtles, I have to say. That hurt. That was a cheap shot. Okay, so... Yep. Now, this is Botwoon, obviously. This is why I wanted all the supers, so I could spam him with them. And it's very easy once he appears right there. So you can get 4 or 5 supers on him real easy. And since for this hack I actually have a lot of energy tanks at this point, I'm not too worried about getting hit by him, so course leaves me all energy and no pickup refills. But yes, it's another hatch for you to open up. It's amazing, isn't it? And still, I still think that was one of the best ideas. So yes, now we have to make our way back to the beginning of engineering, because we opened up a hatch by unlocking it underneath the super missile. It's not the one behind Botwoon, that's another hatch. But the one underneath the super missile unlocks a hatch in the, I'd say, the first main room in engineering. And you can see how deadly this hack is. Even with the energy I have got, I'm still losing a lot very easily. It's hard. It's not what you'd call exactly the most fluid hack because of some things like that. You can't just run through rooms. And even the enemies you can't really run through. So I would say that is the hack's biggest fault. Yes, we have to make it back through this whole area. There's really not much else to say. Now, I'm not sure if he intended the music to be switching like this. And I tend to think he didn't, because generally people stick to one music for an area, plus like the item room, elevator room music for other things, and of course boss music for those. But without the music switching back and forth, I just not entirely sure if that was intentional or if we just forgot to check that. I have to say, picking music in a hack is actually a difficult task, because there's quite a bit of different tunes in Super Metroid that you can choose from. And deciding which one you want for a certain area in your hack is not the easiest task you have. Back in here. Just wanted to refill my energy. And then the door we opened up is just up here. Just put a little energy in my reserves. And I'll see you for the next part.